Gemini, welcome to your Astroflower reading here, going from the 25th of September through to the 1st of October. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are engaged with life. And I hope you have the best reading possible. All right, here we go. Ten of Swords, carrying too much. What a surprise for you, Gemini, eh? The overall energy here is just sort of saying, stop carrying too much. You're always doing this, Gemini. I've told you so many times as well. You know, it's just your kind nature. In France, we say "toi bon ton con," which means basically too nice, too stupid. And I think there's something to be said. It's a nice illness to have, but at the same time here, Gemini, you can't save the world. You cannot save the world. I cannot save the world, but we can. And in order for that we to exist, you have to exist. This is so important. This is how the universe works. And I really want you to exist. Because when you do, the world is a much better place. So let's go and see what's on your karmic mission here. Strength. And sort of the quelling of your doubts, basically, within your relationships here. And this is not just, this could be for your couple, this could be also for your family, your friends and community. You've sticking by, you know, what is good for you. I think this is more than anything else. You're taking a great risk in life here. You're sticking your hand down that lion's throat. You know, like David and... Is it David? No, what's the lion? Is it David? I can't remember. You'll tell me, I'm sure, in the comments. All right? You're taking that risk. You're quelling your doubts, and you're heading into something that's a lot stronger. And you've got to be strong. You've got to be... Don't take second best. Don't accept second best, basically, if I was you, Gemini. I think that's what it could be talking about. So let's just have a look what's going on, how the universe is influencing you. Death and rebirth. This has been coming out for a lot of people in this exact position as well. I think this is the end of that, basically. I think this is the end of that. I think this is a real lesson you need to learn here. And striking out for your own happiness will create enormous amounts of happiness for the people that are within your life. And this is a whole new cycle of understanding for you going forward within your relationships. You know, be careful of that illness which is too nice, too stupid. You know, okay? What's connecting your past to your future? I think you have made a decision. I think you have made a decision, and I have seen this glimpses within your readings over the last 6 months, really, ever since just before your birthday period. And it seems like there is a sort of like an ideal that is within you, that you know is within you. You can feel it's within you. It's just sometimes difficult to enact it in the world around us. And that is where your strength needs to come into play. You need to start living to your ideals, basically. And I think you've chosen this path, and it's a very righteous path. It's a path through judgment. This is you, in a way, very much you, King of Swords. Through a judgment of what you've judged in your situation in order to get the best out of life. And when you do get the best out of life, this is when everybody else around you can get the best out of life. This is when we can save the world. But you've got to stay true to it, Gemini. Okay? Let's just see what the future self is calling you within your relationships. Ace of Cups. Ultimate, really. I think this is it. I do believe you have chosen love. I really do. I love Geminis. I'm not a Gemini, I'm a Capricorn, but I do love Geminis. And every Gemini I've met they've been very lovely people. I've got to say, you know, if you know a bad Gemini, tell me. I'd like to meet them. I think this is, when I say I think you know your heart really. You know what really sticks to you. I think you really know what makes you kind of go, yeah, I love that. I love that bit of life. You know, I love that connection with that other person. It's absolutely brilliant. So the more you can actually enable and live that and express that within your daily life, the better your life is going to be, the better you can offer your heart to someone else. And someone can offer it to you. If you stick true to who you are, I think this is what's coming in for you. It's coming in, love is coming your way. And it's, look at this, you've got the death and rebirth, the strength card, staying true to yourself, the King of Swords, the inner vision and judgment of who you are and where you should be going. That pathway which is absolutely clear. And where is that pathway heading towards? The offering of a cup to another. And it could be someone offering their love to you, or you offering their love to them. But whatever it is, it sits right for you. I've got a lovely bird here. Yeah? He's just turned up. He's singing your praises, Gemini. He's singing your praises. Let your love let your love shine. Let your love shine in. Your love shining. Yeah, let it shine, man. Gemini, 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 let it shine. Okay, this has got to do with this, right? This carrying of too much. You might have had situations in the past, relationships that just didn't satisfy you, that didn't give you what you so desired, that you know, might have done you wrong, whatever it is, you know what I mean? And I think this person that's coming, this is what I'm getting at, this person that's coming into your life is helping you to heal all of that, helping you to get past all of that and actually head on to much more calmer climates for you, much more secure sort of climate for you, much sort of better way of being. You know, that Six of Swords there, that guide is that one. You're the one in the boat there, and that's your guide, or that other person that's coming into your life that takes you to much calmer climates, basically. We'll see in the clarification with the Light Seers cards afterwards. Let's just go on to your financial side. The Hierophant. No, Hierophant. The Hermit. Sorry. The Hermit. Now the Hermit, this is on your karmic path. Do you have a learning here? Like sometimes, like if you're going to start a business, you know you've got to work hard in that business. You're not going to see a lot of people, so then therefore your social life is going to hit the pan. You know what I mean? It's going to be chucked down the toilet. So you get a real good hard look at yourself, really, when you do something. And your karmic mission is to do this, I think, is to initiate this change that you are so desired within you, or this change that you've made. Because I've seen it, as I say, crop up in you over the last 6 months several times of changing a direction within your career path. Some of you may have already made that change. And if you have made that change, now you're getting a situation where you can see the dark and light to your sides. The Hierophant goes up to the top of the mountain to get that star, that dream and that ambition from the heavens, to put in his lantern so it guides his way wherever he goes. But the thing is, in order to get to the top of the mountain, he's had to go round the mountain. So he goes over around the mountain, the north side of the mountain where there's no sun at all, it's all in the darkness, and then he goes around the south side when it's only in sunshine. So he knows the light and dark of himself. He's taken himself apart, he's done a lot of work on himself. And I think this is for you. Either you've done a lot of work and you've changed that direction in your life, in your career path, in your business, in your project, or you're thinking about it. If you're thinking about it, you've got this work to be done to get your dreams and aspirations, and I think that's a really good thing. If you've already made that change, you will now be able to sort of, your karmic mission is to allow that information or that understanding that you made whilst you went through that change to express itself in the world around you. A little bit like a teacher by teaching by example rather than teaching by word. Teaching by example. That's what it's all about. You get the Four of Pentacles here from the universe. I think the universe here is sort of saying we're going to be selecting the way in which we invest in you, Gemini. If you are being true to yourself and not being an idiot, no, sorry about that, and not and not ignoring your true inner self, then the universe will invest in you fully. But it's not going to invest in things that are just whimsical and for ego and stuff like that. And that's the feeling I'm getting from here, sort of saying it's now time for you to pattern up and live the best example of who you should be and what you want to live, basically. Let's just see what the past is connecting to the future. Judgment, this is it. As I say, it's been coming up in your reading 6 months, over the last 6 months. I'm going to say it again. And, and I think this is, you've had this understanding within you, and I think you've had this on both sides. I think you've realised on your relationship side as much as in your financial side what really sits well with you. And you are, for some of you, you would have engaged in that already. Some of you are engaging in that, and some of you are now thinking about engaging in it. I would stop thinking and start doing if I was you. And from what those of you have already stepped into that sort of like that change within you, this is where you can express, teach by example, as it were. Okay? What's your future self talking to you about? The Six of Wands. Success. Rightful place. You've won this. It's like you've won you've won the big race. You've got there. And this horse here is like energy. It signifies as energy. White horses is a symbol of energy, basically. And you have the energy. You're riding high on that energy simply because you've chosen that judgment card. You've chosen the righteous path to take. And the righteous path is the path that you have got to take. Your path. Nobody else's. Your path. No one can be on your path. You cannot be on somebody else's path. That's not how paths work. You can sometimes have lots of paths next to you. Yeah, sure, I understand that. But at no point do you live or work or walk on someone else's path. Okay? And you need to accept it. You need to be there. The success is yours if you so choose it. But you've got to be true to yourself. Otherwise, the universe is not going to back you up. It's going to hold from you what you really want. So this is where you've got to be very true to yourself. The Hermit, you've got to be very honest with yourself. And you are, Gemini, you are. There is no doubt about it. And when you are, you've got to then go ahead and live it. A new cycle. You've got the Earth, you've got the Death and Rebirth card on your, coming through from the universe on your relationship side, and on your financial side. This is this whole new cycle that's coming towards you. This successful cycle that is coming towards you. If you understand about that, of not trying to save everybody on the way, don't forget about that. Only we can save the world. I think that's a really important lesson for you this week. Not a lesson, advice. That's a really, really good advice for you this week. The world is a whole new cycle. It's a Capricorn card. It's one of my cards. Because it involves everything. Everything comes from the earth. The telephone you're watching this on, or the computer you're watching this on, whatever device you're watching this on, at some point was dust in a mine somewhere. It was dust of the earth. And we converted that dust into that telephone, computer, whatever it is, that you can watch. But at the end of the day, that telephone and that computer still remains a bit of earth. It's not different. It doesn't come from anywhere else. It's still a bit of earth. Just a lump of earth that you've got in your hands. So everything comes from this. And this new cycle is about that. As I said, you can't save the world, but you can be the world. You can incarnate that ultimate sort of, the ultimate highest position in regards to what you do in your business, your job, because you are enjoying it and you're engaged in it, and it's not detrimental to the world that is around you. And this is a whole new cycle for you. And this whole new cycle, you've got to understand that thing. That is what the overall energy is really sort of saying. If you want all of this, You've got to free yourself up a little bit. Let's just do a bit of clarification with the Light Seers card. Thank you very much for being here, by the way, Gemini. I really do appreciate it. There's loads of links in the description below for private readings, healing sessions, and also you know, you can buy me a cup of coffee and stuff like that. You can also show your support through YouTube, which is really good. Helps the algorithm enormously. Commenting, which is really nice, because I reply to all my comments. Liking, obviously subscribing and clicking that bell, and sharing across all media platforms really helps us enormously. So I do appreciate that. And there's also a link to our sister channel, which is a channel all about energy, chakras, auras, near-death experiences, ley lines, solar energy, you know, earth energy, you know, spirit, karma, loads of things. You can go on there, knock yourself out. It's an absolutely brilliant channel. Yeah, let's just see what's going on with the Light Seers card. You got the Ace of Swords. This is absolutely brilliant. You have the capacity. I think in a way, sometimes it's good to accumulate, because then it gives you a lot of resources to play on. And I think this is what also here is playing out here. You've accumulated a lot in order to get the best out of life. And now it's time to wield that sword, open that, you know, use that sword to cut through the mist of the world that is around you, in order to release all that pent up stuff that you have in you, so you can free yourself up. And once you get free, that's when you start striding towards what you should be doing, striding towards that cup, that love within your relationship, and striding towards that new success that is coming into your life on your financial side. Lovers in the air. Let's get it on. Let's get it on, baby. Who's that? Marvin Gaye. Yes. Lovers. And I think this is where what you're doing is, if you're true to yourself, that is what you're going to be creating. A scenario, love is coming in for you, as I said. And I think it's a love that also helps you enormously with that Six of Swords. You know, it's a really beautiful love. It's a really caring love, which I really like. You know, I'm really chuffed for you. Look at this. You know, this is with the Death cards. So, yeah. Really nice. Out with the old and in with the new cycle for you, a new cycle of success more than anything else. And I think you're almost, because if you're being true to yourself, I think you're going to find that there's a lot of love from a lot of different angles within your life, family, friends, community, and everything like that. But you've got to love yourself first in order for others to love you, as it were. You know the old story, you know how it goes. So yeah, King of Swords with the Chariot card. Gemini, this is really kicking now. Because you've made that decision in the past, now things can move on very quickly. You can put in process that structure that you need in order for that offering of that cup, the offering of love, to come into your life. And I think it's victory. And I think you've been making huge strides. I really do. It's absolutely beautiful to see how you've been developing over the last sort of 6 months to 8 months. It's been absolutely lovely. And these successes are building into love. With the Ace of Cups, you get the Six of Swords. This is it. This is what you got next to it. It's almost just like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Ace of Cups didn't come out with the Six of Swords now. This is the love. It's helping you in so many different ways. It's such a beautiful, caring love that's coming into your life. And I think that's what you deserve. I think that's ideally what you want. And I think that's what you're going to get. And stay true to you. Stay true to those values. Don't accept second best, my friends. Don't accept second best. Absolutely beautiful. Let's just see what's going on with the Six of Swords, shall we? Oh, Two of Cups. It's not just the Ace of Cups, it's the Two of Cups. This. I think that is really weird, right? I think here is the person that's coming into your life, or they may already be in your life and you may see them in a completely different way now. The person that's coming into your life, you're caring about them and you're healing them and helping them to get to calmer shores. And they're doing exactly the same thing for you. And it's just, I think it's so complementary. Look at this: Lovers, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, 2 6 of Swords, Chariot, King of Swords. This is 6 of Wands, and then and Death and Rebirth. Gemini, absolutely great. Absolutely brilliant. Love it. I really do love it. Gemini, that's absolutely brilliant. I'm so chuffed for you. Let love reign, man. Let love reign. So with the, well, it just continues on. On your karmic mission, you've now got the Hermit and the World. You've got to start this mission towards absolute joy and bliss to where you'll be going. A whole new cycle that provides everything for you. You've got the World at the end. That's the overall outcome. It looks like if you, as I said, there's more than one sort of scenario here. It's either you're choosing to do this, then therefore you're going to learn a lot about yourself, and that's when you're going to create a whole new cycle, and it will be coming out. Or you've already made this decision and you're sort of applying them in life, and there is, or you're going through that process of learning about this cycle that you should be going, or following your goals and ambitions. Or you've already made those decisions, now you're being that teacher and expressing it, and that's putting you on a whole new level in your career or in your finances and your business life. It's heading onwards and upwards with the Four of Pentacles. This is it. When the universe really gives, this is what I'm saying to you. If you're true and righteous to yourself, and this is what the Judgment cards is all about. If you're true to yourself, when the universe selects to give to you, they will really give to you. Absolutely brilliant, and they will give everything to you. It's beautiful amount of energies coming into you there. Okay, absolutely lovely. I'm loving your reading, Gemini. Okay, with the Judgment card, what do you get? Hierophant. My most favourite card. Basically, you now know those steps that you have to take in order to get to your dreams and aspirations. That's what that righteous path is all about. You've learned that, and it's very similar to the Hermit card as well, the Hierophant. In fact, did I call it the Hierophant earlier on? I think I did right at the beginning, didn't I? Yeah. That Hierophant is a knowledge, or they've understood the practices they need to go to in order to get to where they want to be. And this could be through spiritual practices, this could be through meditation, this could be through physical practices as well. But whatever it is, as long as it's on your righteous path, and this is what you know inside you, no one's going to, you're the only one who can really lie to you. You know, I ain't going to lie to you because there's no point. You know, it's a waste of my time. Yeah, you can lie to you because maybe it's not a waste of time. You can convince yourself of something that's not really good for you. So I think here is, you can't lie to yourself. So once you know that's within you, don't waste your time. Follow it. And it will bring you success. Planning. You're in the process of planning your success, basically. This is what you're doing. I think you're in the process, and this is with the Hermit and the World card. You're in the process of allowing that success to come to the surface. It's been in the planning for some time, and you might need to travel in order to do this, voyage in order to do this, see new things in order to do this. But whatever it is, it's taking you towards what you would, success is your own consideration. If your success is laying on the beach, enjoying the surf, and taking it easy, that is your success. The success is what you define it to be. And I think this is one of those learnings about that righteous path. It doesn't necessarily mean driving around in a helicopter and having a chauffeured in a limousine. I guarantee you, I think anybody would like it for a day, but I think the majority, 99.999% of the people will get bored of it, actually, unless, and this is what the problem is unless you have a lot of power over the other people. And that's what the real driving force is. It's not the idea of having a helicopter and a limousine. It's not that. It's having power over people mainly. That's the driving force behind that. And it's a very, short-lived sort of energy, really, righteous path. But anyway, sorry, getting back to your success, planning it is an instigation, and choices need to be made. So now you've got two swords here, two twos, sorry. You've got 2 twos here. This success needs planning. And then at some point, you need to make that difficult decision. I don't think it's necessarily a difficult decision. I think you could do it with your eyes shut. I think there's a sort of thing here. And I think it is basically, I think it's going to be so obvious that I think it's not really a difficult decision. It might be a difficult decision to sort of change career and everything like that. That may be a bit of a leap of faith and something like that. But for the majority of you, if you've already chosen that change within you, I think you can just go ahead and follow your pathway, and it's not that much of a complicated question to be, or decision to be made within you, basically. And you know it because you've been marked by the past, which has brought you to that position that makes you make that decision. And I think if you really know yourself and know your righteous path, it's not that complicated, There you go, Gemini. Thank you very much for being here. Really do appreciate it. I hope you get the best out of these readings. Really do. You can show your support in a multitude of different ways. Absolutely beautiful. Do appreciate you being here. Don't forget about our sister channel, Cymatic TV, as well. I will see you over there for that. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.